here with me. I see how you walk my sins. I see how you make me love. That's all I want on my name. I love you say well. I love how you love my name. I love how you call my name. I love when you say well. That's your name.
Hi everyone, how you doing today? I hope you had an amazing day. Welcome once again to the RCCG VHM podcast. VHM stands for Victory House Malta. We've been, holding this podcast session for a while now, and people have been benefiting from it. I don't know if you followed the last one we did. The last one was God in My Decision, which was very, very, very powerful. So many people have, followed our podcast and they've benefited from that one. And I hope we are also, involving God in all of our decisions. But today we have a different topic. And today's topic is purpose beyond the pulpit. We have our Bible passage here, Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. But before I go ahead to read that, I'd like to introduce our handsome guest here, men of wisdom, men of timber and caliber. I've got someone on here that I'm actually looking forward to tackling, in my own words. But yeah, we'll dive in and see how we can learn from our guest today. Just beside me here, we have Pastor Bayo Akinola. If you can say hello, Akinola. Oh, apologies. It's my intonation. And next to him is the most troublesome person in our church. Hi everyone. Sincere apologies for the break in transmission. We're back and better now. I was introducing our guest to you. On my right here we have Pastor Bayo Akinola. Right? And next to him is the most stubborn person in our church. His name is Timothy Sholade. You need to wave to our audience. Yeah, thank you. Don't bring your attitude here, please. Anyway, back to the topic for today. I don't know if you joined us last time. We spoke about God in my decisions, and I hope you have been involving God in everything you've been doing. But today we're going to look at something different. And today's topic is titled Purpose Beyond the Pulpit. And our Bible reference is taken from Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. I'm going to read that quickly. I'm reading from New Living Translation, and it reads, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people." So I'm going to throw my first question to you, Timothy. When you hear the word purpose, what does it mean to you personally?
Purpose
Mhm.
would be what a person meant for, why you were created, why are you on earth?
Mhm.
For myself, what am I on earth? What am I to do? What am I to achieve?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Do you have anything to add to that for us?
Your purpose could as well mean your intent.
Okay.
What's your aim, your vision, your set goal?
Yeah.
Just like you said, what you intend to achieve
Yeah.
for a period of time.
Like the direction you like to go.
Direction.
Fair enough. Thank you very much for that. Now,
An interesting thing is
okay.
to note that we're created.
Mhm.
Christians believe God made us.
Yeah.
When He made us, He didn't just drop us to say, go figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
He actually said, putting you on earth,
Yeah.
for you to achieve something. He has given us a list of those things we should achieve, and it's left for us to do so.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, let's talk about Christians, right? We Christians, we talk about finding our purpose a lot, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we sometimes make purpose more complicated than it should be? Like we probably overthink our purpose, and then before you know it, we're probably thinking we're not doing enough.
For me,
Yeah.
okay, so I had an idea of purpose because I'm finding my purpose. I'm not someone who was very good at a lot of things, you know. And I'm wondering what then my purpose here on earth. But over time, there's a book we've been reading with the teenagers in the church in Victory House, Malta. And the name of the book is Purpose Driven Life.
Okay.
Purpose Driven Life. We've been on that book for a few months now. And it's gave 5 purpose Christians are created. 5 purpose, 5 reasons. And purpose number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5. According to that book, it applies to everyone.
Okay.
So we say now, well, I'm looking for my purpose. I'm looking for my purpose. Yeah, it broke it down that don't look anymore. I'll give the 5 points quickly, and that'll be the basis of most of my discussion today.
Okay.
He said, number 1, we are planned for God's pleasure. The number 1 purpose in life, need for God's pleasure. Revelation 4:11. See that thou art worthy to receive all glory and honor. He said, for we are created for His pleasure. And for His pleasure is for us to worship God. That's purpose number 1, and it applies to everyone. Purpose number 2 is in fellowship. God created you to be loved and also to love. He doesn't want you to be alone. So God needs you. One of the purposes of life, in life, according to this book by Rick Warren,
Yeah.
is that you are made to love and be loved. That's fellowship. Number 3, we are made to be like Jesus. Purpose number 3. And number 4, very interesting one here, we are made for ministry. Ministry is being a support to the believers.
Yeah.
And purpose number 5, we are made for mission. Mission is being a support to unbelievers to bring them to righteousness. So I believe that we should stop looking around for our purpose and really focus on achieving these 5 purposes this man has written in this book. He has broken it down for us. And I think Christians should not go too far to look for what. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You literally dropped the book on us, bro.
Yeah, you should go read it.
All right, moving on. Pastor, I've got a question here for you. Okay, so now you've lived life. I mean, for so many years now, you've got probably worth
Not
of
so
experience than we do. Was there ever a time with your own understanding of purpose? Did your purpose change? Was there ever a time you said, "Oh, okay, I understand my purpose," but then along the line, something changed? Like you
Yeah,
figured,
there,
yeah. Do you want to?
there are times while growing up,
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. If you ask primary school child, what do you want to be? Your vision, what's your dream?
Be a
You
pilot?
most likely get responses like, I want to be a medical doctor, I want to be an
Pilot.
engineer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what you will discover by the time that same child gets to the secondary school, possibly at the higher school level,
Yeah.
what you discover is that same child who initially said, I want to be a medical doctor, is finding herself changing course to maybe non-science field, at all.
Mass
Maybe
communication.
mass communication,
With all due
something
respect.
like that. Now, by the time she's out of secondary school,
Yeah.
now seeking for missions here and there, you will discover that that same child again, who, because of the choices made while in secondary school
Yeah.
subjects, is telling you, okay, I want to be a lawyer, for instance. By the time you write JAM or whatever entry exams you need to take, you'll find that that same child is now rerouting again to say, no, I think it's mass comm I want to study as against being a lawyer.
Been a
So
while.
the point I'm trying to make in essence is every point in time, all individuals
Mhm.
have that tendency of recalibrating, rerouting their direction as time goes by, based on what is obtainable at that point in time, what they're envisaging in the near or far future. So for me personally, there was a time where I had to change direction from where I was going to initially to where I eventually found myself.
Thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to sort of piggyback off what you said with the illustration you gave to us about a young child Now, today, why do you think young Christians associate their purpose with the pulpit? Now, they think about church leadership, think about maybe having a ministry or being in a choir. I mean, young Christians now, they believe their purpose is tied to the church. Why do you think that's so?
To answer that question, I would like to revisit the
Contribution.
things he listed
Yeah.
earlier. If I may have it again,
Yeah.
the five points, yes.
The first one is my purpose in life. Because
Worship,
we have planned for God's pleasure.
okay,
The second one is for fellowship. We
Fellowship.
are formed to be a part of God's family
okay,
and love Him. The next is discipleship. Because we're meant to be like Jesus. That's our purpose. The fourth one is ministry, which is we are meant to be a support to the Christian community. And then the last one is mission. Means to bring people out of darkness.
okay. Now, if you take a critical look at this analysis given,
Yeah.
it is channeled to build around the Christian faith.
Mhm.
Worship, fellowship, ministry, mission, and everything. But outside that, reconnecting it back to your question, does purpose have to be built around the pulpit?
Mhm.
I will tell you a yes and a no.
Okay.
Yes, in the sense that our primary essence of existence is to glorify God. That is the essence of our existence.
Yeah.
He created us in his own image, so that we can give him that worship, that we can have that fellowship with him and everything that was listed. At the same time, our existence on earth is not limited to the pulpit alone. Our existence is not just all about that, because for you to create a fellowship, get the mission and everything, there are other things that would also make life suitable and palatable for you, such that life becomes more interesting outside the pulpit. However, can we take the pulpit out of it? No.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I like the answers you've given me, but I'm going to draw the both of you back to our topic, which is purpose beyond the pulpit.
Good.
So now I don't want us to focus on the pulpit. We're trying to look away from the pulpit now and see if we can find our purpose beyond the pulpit.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you very much for that one. Now I'm going to ask, can someone be completely in God's purpose without ever preaching from a pulpit or standing in front of the congregation? Go
For
ahead.
me, very good. I would go back to my point. I've listed the 5 points of purpose.
Yeah.
But I want us to take purpose away from calling and maybe assignment. So let's start with purpose. We've defined purpose. God giving us a work to do on earth, and that's our purpose. But let's term something called calling. My purpose is to worship God, to fellowship with people and the likes. But what's my calling? Where have God asked me to go execute my purpose? What's my calling? And then I would now want to define assignment. Assignment is short things God have given to us to do. Your question again.
Can someone be completely in God's purpose without standing in front of a congregation or be on the pulpit?
Very good. Now, the answer there is in the calling. I've said it clearly. All of us have a purpose, worship and the likes. But our calling is different. You may be called to be an anchor. Who knows? I may be called to be an engineer. Right? Pastor may be called to be on the pulpit. That's his calling. That's his position. That's where he's to function in. No matter what calling I have, either the person that is a software engineer or the person that is an accountant or the person that is working in construction, he needs to, in that his calling, fulfill purpose. So everyone's calling is different. The person in construction may never have the opportunity to be on the altar like pastor, but in that construction that he is working in, he needs to fulfill purpose. He needs to, as he's working, he's worshiping. As he's working, he's fellowshipping with people. As he's working, that is his calling, and he works in it. And he may never even need to be on a pulpit, or he's already fulfilling purpose. We should not take purpose to be assignment. I give example. Mary in the Bible, she gave birth to Jesus. So if we say giving birth to Jesus is her purpose, so after then should she die? It means I shall finish everything, so let her go. No, but she still had other things to do. Giving birth to Jesus was an assignment, and she finished it. But in nurturing Jesus Christ on earth, she was still fulfilling purpose. That's what she was made for.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Now that we split purpose and set it aside from calling.
Exactly.
Now, Pastor, I'm going to ask you this one. What does it actually look like to live for God through a career, a business, creativity, technology, or any other profession? What does it actually look like to live for God through your career, your business?
Okay, I would answer that question this way. Whatever your hand finds doing, do it well to the glory of God. Wherever you find yourself, whatever choice of career, profession, or whatever it is, let it be that everything you do is to glorify God. Now, I also come from this perspective. In your place of work, in your environment, in your neighborhood, let people know what you stand for. Let them see that godly nature in you. So I could be an engineer. And as an engineer, in the midst of my co-engineers or my co-workers or colleagues, there should be that thing they see in me, that they see Christ-like nature in me. So I am facing my career, but at the same time, I'm representing Christ. I'm an ambassador of Christ in that profession. That was it.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to ride on what you just said now. Do you think we sometimes unintentionally create a divide between spiritual work and secular work?
do we unintentionally create a divide between the spiritual work? Using the word unintentionally, I will say at times, some things we do, it may not be because we intend it that way, but it plays out that way eventually. Now, is there a division between spiritual work and secular work? I would say there is supposed to be a synergy between both entities, because spiritual work would help you to maintain your relationship with God and maintain the fellowship, as it was stated earlier. And then your secular work, it's what put food on your table. It puts food on your table, and you need to ensure that whatever you are doing, you are not derailing. So in as much as you want to separate your spiritual work from your secular work, you will still yet discover that you cannot totally disconnect both, because you need God in your secular work, and you need the secular work to ensure that the ministry work proceeds. Zechariah 1:17. Zechariah 1:17 says that my city shall expand through prosperity. I'm paraphrasing now. Okay, say my city will expand through prosperity. What does that tell you? You need the resources to make the spiritual work blossom. You want to plant a church. You want to this podcast we are running now. It's at a cost, and finances is involved. The finance will not fall from heaven. Some persons have to work to sponsor it to make it a success. So we cannot outrightly create a dividing line. They work synonymously. So that's just the way.
Thank you very much, Tim.
So the secular work and the pulpit work, right?
Spiritual work.
The spiritual work. I'd like to come from the angle of impact. Whatsoever you do, your purpose, one of the purposes is to impact lives, either Christians, believers or unbelievers. You need to impact lives. Except if a person is a full-time pulpit worker. Even in that, maybe church service run 2-3 times a week, and 2 hours, 3 hours, the service is over. How much impact can we actually make from the pulpit compared to where we go to every single day? I mean, if I go to work 8 hours, some of us, like Bro Billy, for example, he works the whole night and meets with people from different countries. Imagine how much impact he has over people. How many people he even have to, both believers and unbelievers, that he can interact with, compared to the pastor that is only preaching to mostly believers. Because it's mostly believers that go to church at the end of the day. So when it comes to purpose and influence, I'm looking at it from influence and impact. I'm going back to my definition of purpose. I should be able to influence believers and also influence unbelievers. If we want to say it more, except the pastor that is going out on mission, the pastor is only just maintaining and influencing believers. But we who are going out every day, going to work, we have more grounds to cover to influence people and even fulfill purpose in that regard. So for anyone who feels I need to be on pulpit to impact lives or to fulfill purpose, that's actually not correct.
Thank you very much. Now, as a Christian, right?
Yeah.
How can we begin to see our workspace or our business or career as a place of kingdom influence?
As a place of kingdom influence.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. Some years ago, I started working in a company in Lagos. I came from Jos. And when I got to that company, immediately I got there, I met someone who was waiting for the interview with me. He was going for a front-end engineer role that day. And he met me, I was like, are you also here for the interview? I said, yes. He said he came all the way from the eastern part of Nigeria. I'm sure we have people from different parts of the world. And eastern part of Nigeria, he came in the previous night and got to the park at night and slept over in the park, in the bus park, and came from the bus park to this company for an interview. I was like, you really want this job, you know? I'm getting somewhere. So when I eventually got the job, he didn't, right? Anyways. But when I got there, I now found that there was another particular person was from Osun State in Nigeria, an underdog also. He was also a team member in the software development team. I met another person who was from Alaba. Alaba is a business part of area in Lagos. He was also a software engineer there. So it's as though this company went all around Nigeria and looked for people who are just underdogs, who maybe don't know how much worth they have.
Like cheap labor.
Well, you can call it that. But what I got there is they gave us an opportunity.
Yeah.
They literally, and when I look at every single one of us today, with all these people I'm mentioning have left the company, but oh my, they are doing very well in whatsoever area they are. They are literally doing well everywhere. The point I'm making is, this man who owned that company, he's fulfilling purpose. You know, he has impacted lives so much that we can talk about it even up to today. He has impacted great lives. And I have to say, he was not on the pulpit. The business was a business, but he has impacted life. Like Pastor have said, you need money to fund the church, right? He has given so many people some salaries, opportunities to make money, to even support the church, to support the pulpit, even from outside the pulpit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we have finished talking about purpose beyond the pulpit. So now we are going to talk about discovering your purpose. We finished talking about purpose beyond the pulpit. And now we as believers, as Christians, we need to know how to discover this purpose we're talking about beyond the pulpit. Now, why are you smiling?
Interesting.
It's interesting. Maybe I should ask you this one actually.
Okay, go on.
One of the biggest questions young people ask is, how do I know what God created me to do? And where should I begin?
Yeah. So, based on my explanation earlier, I've made it clear that purpose is already defined. Everyone has one.
Yeah.
So, it's not about calling. And it starts with, what are you good at? Growing up, we usually have this summer camp in, not summer, it's Easter camp rather. We usually have this Easter camp in the teenage church of Redeemed Christian Church of God. So every Easter we go to a school, we have the camp. It's common, I'm sure they still do it these days. So after then we come back every weekend or so. And every time we get back, my mom will ask me, what did you learn at camp? And I can remember about 2 or 3 years consecutively, I'll tell her, they told us to learn something. And the second time they told us to learn something, she now asked me, is it every camp they are telling me to learn something? And for me, I didn't know what should be my calling, what should I learn? I'm not so interested in playing drums or singing, for example. I can sing, you know. But anyways, I'm like, what's really my calling? I don't know. But then over time, it just happened that I got to, I'm okay with speaking. I'm okay with teaching, I'm okay with learning and passing the knowledge. And I was like, okay, maybe this is actually what I should be doing. Maybe this is my calling. I didn't really know this until one day I took a sermon for Youth Sunday, and then a pastor then said, Timothy, today, he took me to the Sunday school teacher. You are going to join Sunday school department. You'll be a good teacher. And I'm wondering, me? 2 points here. The first is, whatever you have a passion in doing, whatever you're passionate about, that could be where your office is. Whatever you are gifted at. I mean, some people are naturally just, it comes easy to them. Some things are difficult for us. Like singing, for example. Some people just sing. I ask them, how did you know how to do it? It just happens. Okay, maybe you should work towards that. That could be your calling, you know. And then it goes to the next point. I still have 2 points regarding knowing your calling. It's now left to the people around you to lift you up. like the man that saw me and said, "You'll be a teacher. I'm going to push you in this place," and then he refined. Responsibility lies on each and every one of us as Christians, as believers, as workers, as church members. When we identify a particular gift in a person, even if it's dormant, even if they don't know that it exists, let's encourage them for it. So it lies the two ways. The first one is you yourself. That's thing you're good at. That could be your calling. Work in it. Yes, and then the people around you should also say, "Roto, you're a good anchor. Let me give you platform, to anchor different programs."
We both know where you're coming from. All right. So please, would you like to drop like 2 cents on what
they say?
Yeah.
I think he has said it all, because so how do you identify your purpose? Those things you find easy doing, that you don't struggle with, could actually be where, in quotes, could actually be where God is channeling you to. I'll give you my own personal experience. For example, I tried so many departments. While in church, I was into the choir, and I noticed when they are singing,
I was
in the choir.
Okay.
I was in the choir. In fact, that was where I started from.
Interesting.
Many years ago.
Years ago. So, but I noticed that when they get to some particular realm, if they are singing on key F or whatever, I will kill. So I noticed I could not really. I was struggling there. I love singing. I love anything music and anything that connects with it. I'm in for it. But as much as I love it, I was struggling there. And I also discovered I love rap music back then. So I wanted to rap. And then what they were giving in the church was nothing here. I was like, come on, you guys are killing my talent here. But along the way, I now discovered that there is something I do with ease that wake me up from sleep. I don't need to rack my head to get it done. That was acting.
Wow.
And it was accidentally discovered. And then I discovered that just give me the storyline, I swing into action and I'll deliver. So somehow I could tell you that is a channel that I can build on as a young lad. But however, environment and society didn't also help me. Like he said, when you discover those things, you also need the platform or somebody to help you push that up to the next level. Because it's not enough for you to discover it. More important than discovering is actually living in that purpose. So I think I'll just peg it there.
Thank you very much, sir. For our viewers, please drop your questions in the comment section. I've got a question here actually, and I'm going to read it out. It says, what if your purpose isn't profitable yet, or you don't have support to pursue it, especially as a young person, or you don't have skills in your assumed purpose? Do you want to?
You don't have. So the first one is,
what if your purpose isn't profitable?
It's not profitable
yet.
I see.
Or you don't have support to.
Or you don't have support.
Mm-hmm.
And the second question?
Or you don't have skills in your assumed purpose.
Okay, so based on my understanding, I come from calling. So you have your calling is expensive, and you can't afford it, right? So you can't afford it. You will start with where you are, no matter how little it is. You start there. So don't wait. That's why I said I'll change your question to calling and not purpose.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you get something before you say you are fulfilling purpose. Right there where you are, fulfill purpose there.
Okay.
In the little you have, fulfill purpose there. For me, I've had transition in different industries in my life. If I start counting, is amazing. And at every point in time, I believe that's where I'm going to remain to fulfill purpose. But one thing happens and I move on to another industry, and I move on to another industry.
Yeah.
Do I then say I'm waiting for that one particular industry I will get to before I start fulfilling my purpose? No. I have a dream to have a ministry called Winning Souls Through Prosperity, right? Yeah. I'm not there yet.
This guy.
Yeah, I'm sure I've said it before. It's relationship prosperity, but I don't have that much yet. But something makes
Pastor Toby.
no. But because I've not gotten there where I can just say, everyone come on private jet, we're going to Israel for a program, doesn't mean I would not, in the little way I can, fulfill purpose in the little I have. Right. And then the next question says, if you're not skillful.
Yeah, if you don't have skills and you assume purpose.
If you're not skillful,
Maybe it's probably not your purpose.
like you want to sing, but you clearly cannot sing. My encouragement is there are other, you mustn't be the chorister, what do they call the vocalist. If your industry, your calling is music, I promise you can be a mixer
Or an instrumentalist.
or an instrumentalist. Or if your head cannot learn the keys, maybe you be a sponsor of music or producer, right? But calling, find it and don't wait for the big thing to reveal purpose.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But to add to that,
Okay, great.
I think you can start from where you are, like you rightly said. The very spot you are is a very good starting point.
Yeah.
And then in terms of you lacking the skill, you can develop yourself.
Yeah.
If it's something you have a passion for,
Yeah.
it's something you love. For instance, I just said I love music. One thing I could have done if I had the right people around to really channel my thinking, what could have been done then was, okay, since you love music, you can get yourself trained so that instead of singing Q when they are on F, somebody will help you channel your
Bring you back to Q.
bring you back to line to M. Bring you closer, even if you are not there, at least. But because it's something you have a passion for, so you can develop it.
Yeah.
Like it's like somebody that loves food,
Yeah.
but it really does not that starting skill
Yeah.
to really go on the field.
Mhm.
But it can be developed.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
some were born to be, some are trained to be.
Mhm. Okay, thank you, sir. So there's one more question here. It says, I don't know. So how do you differentiate purpose from a mere interest or peer or location pressure? How do you differentiate purpose from a mere interest or peer or location pressure? Mere interest.
Interest.
Mhm.
At the point of my, it's an interest of music.
Yeah.
I like what it takes.
Yeah.
So that I did my, or like I did, I left it at the realm of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Then discovered inwardly there is this part that I do with it. All of you.
Yeah.
So, music to me then an interest. Love it. Want to do it. Like what it takes. And since I could not develop this, it remains an interest. Then the passion, the purpose, same thing. Really follow to it.
Mm-hmm.
To the point of featuring in movies. That was me following my passion, and
Yeah.
I honestly think you can clearly leave something in of it so you don't end up
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then those things.
Thank you very much, Pastor, for that one. So now I have this question, right? Just not too far off from what we are discussing. Now, what roles do our gifts, passion, experiences, and opportunities play in discovering our purpose? What roles do our gifts, our passions, experiences, and opportunities play in discovering purpose? Mhm.
Large extent. What you experienced in always help you to get better. will always help you to get better. It will always make you to do things.
Oh, it's okay.
So, your experience will always help you to get things better, because for that man who is experienced,
Yeah.
he will perceive things differently
Mhm.
compared to the man who has zero experience in a particular field.
Okay.
So experience would always influence your decision making in a lot of ways.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, does Timothy,
Yeah.
what do you think? Does purpose always come as one big revelation? Or can God reveal it to you gradually as you walk with Him?
So, for someone who likes business a lot,
Mm.
that's why I tend to agree with the purpose not being a particular thing God wants me to become. You are a businessman, you
Yeah.
are an engineer, you are a pastor, you are. The purpose is me fulfilling all I've listed. Number one, in worship, in fellowship, in discipleship, becoming like Jesus, in ministry, and in mission. That's what That's what purpose should actually be. Now, for calling can change. Now, in your question, take your question again.
Does purpose always come with a big revelation?
Very good.
Or can God just reveal it to you?
To you. So that's why I would say for the purpose, we
Yeah.
know what the aim is
Mhm.
for in life.
Yeah.
Now, whatsoever I am doing, that I'm doing at a particular point in time, that is my calling, should be used for purpose. So let's be practical here. A person who was a doctor, maybe in a nurse in Africa, and he goes to Europe and is doing another work, just maybe career.
Mhm.
Would he then say that he has abandoned his purpose? So purpose is not just a career path that is just revealed. You, my son, go be a doctor. Right? I don't think purpose should be one big thing that you just say your purpose is to be a doctor, or your purpose is to be a welder. What if your hand gets cut off? Or your purpose is to be a singer. What if you have issues with your vocal cord?
Yeah.
Right. So, but in what we do in our calling, the aim is God will reveal unto you different ideas you can do, different callings, for different activities, for different businesses. God will reveal them all to you, either gradually or you find yourself in that opportunity to do it.
Mhm.
But do not say it is my purpose is a particular job. It doesn't drive home the point. Now, how does God reveal our purpose? Sometimes it goes naturally. Sometimes you grow into it out of experience. As Pastor have said, out of experience, you begin to know this is where I should be. Sometimes I can just reveal to you, my son, go be a preacher tomorrow, and it's still possible. God can still.
Thank you very much. Pastor, let me ask you this, right? How can someone distinguish between something they want to do and something God wants them to do?
Distinguish between what you want to do
and what
Yeah.
God
and what
wants you to
God
do.
wants you to. Firstly, is it has to do with your relationship with God.
Mhm.
You must be someone that have the understanding of how God communes with you.
Mhm.
And to have that understanding, there must have been an existing relationship. Like they say, my sheep, they know my voice.
Mm.
So when I call out to them, they hear my voice and they respond accordingly. So if you have an existing relationship with God, it will help you to know that this is what God wants me to do. While growing up as a Christian, I used to ask when people say, God told me this, Holy Spirit told me that. For a long time, I was waiting for when I will maybe be alone in the room, then I will hear a voice who will say, oh, my son, oh boy, oh boy. you know, so I waited for that for a long time, but it never came.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Yes. Because after all, Samuel heard a voice, audible voice. But for someone like me, I waited for it, but it never showed up. Until I got the understanding that God communes with us in diverse ways.
Mhm.
So to some, it communes with them through revelations,
Dreams.
through dreams, but most of the time, it communes with many people by virtue of your intuition.
Mm.
And people oftentimes neglect it or are insensitive to it to know that this is God talking to me.
Yeah.
So to now differentiate or identify that this is what God wants me to do and what I want to do myself. Now, if I have that existing relationship as to how God communes with me, when He's speaking to me, I know that this is God communicating with me. And when it is just born out of a place of interest, should be able to clearly differentiate. But the first thing is know how God communes with you, so that when you hear His voice, you can know His voice. You can know that this is from God, or this is just me wanting this. So I give an illustration. I wanted a change of phone from one particular product to another. God, does He want me to? Or is it just me feeling like
I want a new phone.
I want a new
I want to
phone?
be a big boy.
Just to satisfy my desires.
Yeah.
So there must be that ability for me to differentiate between the two. And how I do that, how I would be able to do that is by me having that existing relationship with God to know that is God saying go ahead, or it's not saying anything. So I think your relationship with Christ will help you to know when God is speaking and when He's not.
Thank you very much, Pastor. At least you have 2 phones now.
I'd like to comment on this. Remember,
Alright,
we mentioned earlier that you find your purpose based on your gifts and talents.
Yeah.
And now also your interests, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because not to maybe calling now. I'll start with where I'm familiar with, which is maybe my interest. I'm interested in football, for example. Maybe not me. I'm interested in
I was
football,
about to come in. Like, what are you talking about?
And I that's where I'll start from. That's where I know. And most likely, if there is you didn't hear from God, as Pastor have said, you may go towards my calling is to be a football, to do something because I'm interested in it. And that's where it comes to what we learned in the last podcast. We're talking about involving God in your decision. So when you want to make that decision to say, I'm going to be a professional footballer, I need to be able to consult God. I say, God, I want to do this. Tell me, is this the way to go? I'm trying to be a footballer. I hope you're not calling me to be a coach. And at the end of the day, you get however God speaks to you. Like you have said.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that one. I hope with what we've said now, our viewers can discover their purpose. If you haven't and you think you might be struggling with discovering your purpose, I think our pastor and Timothy have been able to shed so much light on how you can discover your purpose and when you know this is from God and this is from you. All right, now we're going to move on to a different section now, and we'll talk about purpose, career, and ambition. All right, very quickly because the time is fast spent. So let me ask you, where is the line between healthy ambition and selfish ambition?
Healthy ambition and selfish ambition. Now, all ambitions are healthy until you remove God from the equation. I'll repeat that again. I see all ambitions as healthy until you remove God from the equation. Now, what do I mean? The moment God is not in the equation of your ambition, then it brings a question mark. What is your motive? Why are you? What is really the driving force in you going through this this path, following this path? So, putting a demarcation between healthy ambition and selfish ambition. I want to get it right.
Yeah, selfish ambition.
Selfish ambition. Now, selfish ambition on its own part is that you are doing it just to satisfy your ego. To maybe you don't really need it, but because everybody is doing it, or I just want to prove a point to someone or to people around, then it becomes selfish. So as long as God is not in the equation, then it becomes unhealthy. And then when it becomes unhealthy, greed
Mm-hmm.
sets in, selfish interest sets in, pride, ego, everything just
find their way in.
And so I will just wrap it up by going back to the first statement that all ambitions are healthy
Mhm.
until you remove God from the equation.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Now,
Yes.
Tim, just quickly, what happens when what you believe to be your purpose doesn't work out?
What happens to you, or what happens to the purpose?
I don't know. What happens when what you believe to be your purpose doesn't work out? I know the easier answer is maybe it wasn't your purpose, but I mean, I need you to go in depth so you can tell us, what do we do? Do we go back to the drawing board? Do we find our way back to God? You know, what do we do when we realize that, oh, this is what I thought is my purpose, but it doesn't seem to be paving way for me. It doesn't seem to be working out for me.
I see. Let's look at calling. I'll still go back to my definition.
You want to change our topic to calling.
To calling, because purpose can, if we say it's purpose, so
Yeah.
what happens if it changes? Does that mean my purpose has ended?
Mhm.
That's why I really wanted to be calling. My calling can change. My
Yeah.
assignments can change. So if it's just not working anymore, where you think it's going to be, at a point in time, I thought my career is going to be NGO. We're going to help persecuted Christians, we're going to help persecuted Christians, and that's it. And eventually, the company I was working in not get funding anymore. And they were like, guys, please, you people have to go home. So would then I say that's the end of my purpose? Thanks be to God, I got a career in IT, and I was able to continue. I was able to continue my work.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, do not hold on to a particular job, particular task, or particular assignment to be like, this is my purpose. And I think that's a problem we have with so many, maybe pastors or churches, or they just say, this is where I am. I must stay here. Your assignment may change. To be honest, God can just tell you, man, get out of Malta, move to Australia, for example. And imagine you've put your whole mind to say, my purpose is in Malta. My purpose is in Malta. Who knows? Move on and ensure that your purpose is not tied to an assignment alone. It's tied to anywhere you can influence lives and draw people closer to God.
Thank you very much.
I just want to add something.
Yes,
to
please,
that.
Pastor, go ahead.
You can as well, added to what has been said,
Mhm.
what you need to do, you answered it in the course of the question.
Yeah.
Go back to the drawing board, re-strategize,
Mhm.
look within. Why did it not work? Or why is it not yielding the expected result? If you're able to identify what is responsible, you can address it, take necessary corrections, and move on. Or you may need to outrightly redirect your route to wherever the Lord is leading you at that moment.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now, let's say one of our viewers now is looking at us, watching, started the podcast with us, listening to what we've been saying about purpose now. Or if there's someone on there that says, I don't know what my purpose is, what would you say to them? What would you tell them to do next?
If somebody is saying, I don't know what
Yeah,
my
maybe the
purpose
person is thinking, I don't know what my purpose is. What would you tell them to do next?
First thing I would ask, I want to know about that person. How old is the person?
Okay.
Because if I'm talking to a child who will say, I don't know what my purpose is,
Mm-hmm.
I would perceive it from a different
Angle,
perspective.
yeah.
But if I'm talking to a supposed young adult, I would expect that at that stage of life,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to really know what is driving you. You should be able to look at what is really pushing me forward.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are now saying you don't know what your purpose is, then I will question you. Who are the people you surround yourself with?
Yeah.
What is your environment like?
Mm-hmm.
So the responses will channel my line of thought as
How
best
to direct the
answer
person.
that person.
Because I know people can feel pressured talking about purpose now as adults now, let's say for example, 28, 29, 30, thereabouts, and you see your peers doing really well. They found their purpose, but you are still struggling to place your feet somewhere,
Yeah.
and then there's that, pressure on you to find a purpose. Not like you're not trying, but you just don't know how to go about it.
And it's different from I don't know what my purpose is.
Yeah.
I'm making frantic efforts to get something done, but it's not working or it's not giving the expected result. It's a different perspective. But when your question, the way I understood your question is that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Imagine as I am now, somebody asked me, "What's your purpose? Well, what are you? What
your
are
life
you
all about?"
And I'm saying, just a level.
Vibes and inshallah.
You're just one day at a time. Anywhere Belefi is na front. I would expect you to look at me like, really? At this stage of life? No. So, but if it is someone that is saying, trying to make things work, but it's not working, then that person may need a little bit of counsel or a little bit of questioning here and there to help them navigate through.
Thank you very much.
I have a little comment to that.
All right.
But just on what Pastor have said. You don't know what your purpose is now. What should you do? I have just one advice for you. Take every opportunity you have to be a blessing to someone. In doing this, you will definitely find your purpose. Any opportunity that comes to you, either, a bag needs to be carried. Let me carry it for you. You need advice. I know someone. In any little opportunity that comes your way, to be a blessing to someone, either believers, which is about ministry, or unbelievers, which is about mission. In any way you have an opportunity, be a blessing to someone, you'll definitely find your purpose. It's a good start.
Thank you very much. So, time's fast spent. I just got one last question to you, Tim. And it is, what's one misconception about purpose that you wish more young Christians would let go of?
Okay. This is my last statement, I believe. And let us know that your purpose should not be as an assignment that you think this is where I'm going to be. This is where immediately I fulfill it, I just die. No. God can give you as many assignments as possible. You finish one task, He moves you on to another one. You finish another one, He moves you on to another one. But the point is, in anything you find yourself doing, that's where our Bible text is in Colossians 3. In anything you find yourself doing, do it very well.
Yeah.
Because in doing that, you are fulfilling purpose. Either it's a little task, a big task, it's a cleaning task, it's a washing task, it's a preaching task for those who have opportunity to be on the altar. Any little assignment given unto you, do it very well. In doing that, you're already fulfilling purpose.
Thank you very much. Pastor, do you have anything to add to that before we round up?
I think he said it all well and good. Whatever your hand finds to do it well.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I hope you all have heard our guest. You've heard a lot of things about finding your purpose beyond the pulpit. And, you might think you're not doing so much. You might think you're not doing enough. But you can always go back to the drawing board where, you align your life, find things that interest you, go through everything, just like Timothy said, by, blessing someone or helping someone, you can find your purpose. And I hope and pray we all find our purpose in life. Thank you very much for joining this podcast. We'll see you same time next time. Be blessed. Bye.
I love how you love me, Lord. I love how you call my name. I love when you say, well done, that you are here with me. I see how you bore my sins. I see how you made me love. That's all I wanna hear, that I'm loved by you. I love how you love me, Lord. I love how you call my name. I love when you say, well done, that you're here with me. I see how you bore my sins. loved by you. Oh, 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 reckless lover, perfect lover. Oh, hey, my God. Oh, reckless lover, perfect lover. You are here with me. You are here with me. Sing. I love how you love me, Lord. I love how you call my name. I love when you say, well done. That's why you're with me. I see how you bore my sins. I see how you make me love. That's all I wanna hear. That I'm loved by you. You are here with me. I'm loved by you. You are here with me. Oh, yeah. My God, you put your hands on your chest. You are here with me. You are here with me. Always loved by you. You are here with me. Oh, one more time. You are here with me. I love how you make me feel. You make me know I am loved. You took the shine with my past. You stood right by me. I love how you hold my hands. And when you said child, I'm here. You don't have to worry.